Hello, my name is Jaden Bradley. I'll be talking to you about Mozart and one of his famous pieces, A Little Night Music. This song was released in 2003. Instruments that can be found when you listen to this song are the flute, the clarinet, the oboe, bassoon, the violin, and the piano. The tempo throughout this song changes. The first 20 seconds is kind of upbeat tempo. You kind of hear the instruments loud and clear. Kind of the bassier instruments like the oboe and the bassoon kind of stand out most of the time. But throughout the 21 second mark through the 37-second mark, it kind of slows down and the tempo kind of gets softer, and you can kind of hear like the lower tone instruments like the flute and the violin and the piano a little bit more. Why did I choose this song? It's one that stood out to me when I listened to a few of them. I like the sound, overall sound, kind of the up and down tempos, and it just growing up, I kind of play instruments, and the instruments kind of stand out. So that's something I liked about it. How does this piece make me feel? It kind of tells a story, throughout the whole song. If you listen to it, it's kind of like 5 minutes long. Like in the beginning, you kind of tell it's an upbeat kind of pace. So maybe some kind of like aggressive or exciting is kind of going on at the time. So that's why the beat is up tempo, and then kind of quick it escalates to something bad or tragic happening because it's getting softer, the pace is changing, so that kind of represents that. So that's one way I kind of looked at it. What would I tell others about this work? It kind of creates its own story, depending on how you look at it, depending on how you view it. It tells its own story, kind of the up and down tempos throughout the song. And it doesn't do that just once. It kind of does that multiple times throughout the story. Something that I noticed when I was listening to it, I would kind of say you can, throughout the song, kind of each instrument has its own kind of like solo. So like in beginning, the first 20 seconds, you can kind of hear the oboe and the bassoon kind of the most, because of the louder instruments, so it's easier to project their voices. And then throughout the song, like the 20, I think it was like minute 30 mark, you kind of hear the piano and the flutes, kind of the quieter instruments. So that's one thing I noticed.